Oh, that doesn't look good. It's always technical issues. Okay, hopefully the sound works. So we'll test that out. We'll see if all is well. It's a beautiful morning. We are going to let some horses out. Just gotta test the sound. If anybody comes on, can let me know if it's working. Because I can't get my other phone to load. Why won't it load? It's just stuck. Okay, there we go. See if... What a terrible ad. Oh my god. How do you look anorexic while still eating pizza? Terrible ad. Why? Why would they? Okay, sounds good. We've got a few people here already. That's good. Okay, so I gotta go get horses. I've got a coffee here. Hopefully you guys have one. It's morning. Good morning, everybody. And we're gonna grab these guys. They're waiting. They know. They know. Nice morning today. So I'm off. I've got a microphone with me, so I might chat as I wander around. Hopefully the reception is good for it. And let's start at the back. Yeah, let's get started. Mr. Wild's calling out. He says, come over here. Come get me. There we go. It's crisp this morning. It was cold earlier, much earlier, but I don't think I'm going to need my air on. Hey, Ronnie. More Gracie. For sure. Hello. You were number one. Which is good. Okay, Cracker. You're out of here. See you later. And here goes Gracie. Lena's calling out. You really? Or got stung. Oh. Look good. Come here for a second. Yeah. Wow. Watch out for that girl. Okay, come on, Yoko. You're next. Perfect. Oh, actually, I think I'll go to the front. Hey, buddy. You ready to go? Come here. Okay. Why did you do this at the gate? Like, you had to do this right now. Okay, go. Jesus. Okay. Take off. Good luck, buddy. Gracie's a little crazy today. Okay. You're next. Mess. Okay, you're being Yuka. Really clean, neat, tidy horse. But no, you're like a teenager. All right. Okay, big guy. Go do some stuff. Bye. Okay, Lena, you're up. I think Gracie needs you. Acting a little strange. If you could go sort. Doesn't help when you hang off of the fence, yo. Okay, bye-bye. 2 more to go. Okay. I think Annie some beans today. Oh, what a mess. Hello, Annie. Okay. And then Momo's last. Little Mo. She gets a little worried if she's last, but I'll be back to her in a second. Here comes Annie. They're free. Ah, crazy horses. Everybody rolls. That's a lot of energy today. Okay, Momo, you're up. Last horse. Here, do you want a pet? Come on. I know what's going to happen today. At least I think I do. Annie's got a lot of juice, so she's going to be on Momo's case like green on grass. Momo's going to get tired of that over time. Yoko looks busy with Mr. Wild. Okay, you nut job. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Ah, saw that coming. I wonder what has a horse thinking that they've got to tell me to go away when I'm already going away. I'm already leaving. She says, make sure to proper go away. Okay. We're here. A beautiful Sunday morning. Momo's having a roll. You guys can't see nothing. There we go. It's double negative. Okay, let me find a seat here. Ah, my coffee. Love it. This is my favorite part of my day when I have it. Is to sit down and why is the camera all wonky? Let's go down a little further on the right. Can't stand it. And I just get to hang out and watch the horses. Oh, Gracie's moving too. This is really happening right now. This is a live stream here in Canada. Oh, watch out, Luke. And he's got some beans today. Everybody's moving. Mocha and Yoka are gonna get some co-grooming going on. Mr. Wild just got told by Annie. Annie's going after Luke now. Look at her go. She's got energy for days now. It's an absolutely beautiful morning. As I was saying as I was walking out, I don't know if everybody... Oh, that was a close one. Just get behind Yoka, you'll be fine. It's crisp. It's got a little bit of a... oh. Yoka told her where to go too. Poor Momo. She doesn't know what to do now. Says, hang on a second. Here comes Annie to the rest. Nope, she's gone over to Luke. Mocha's got to do some kicking. Sort out Mr. Wild a little bit. Oh, Yoka's going over to do what? Tell her to follow her. So come with me. Let's go do some stuff. Horses. Annie's out. Mocha goes to her. Says, do you want to co-groom me? They're a long ways away, so the Zoom's not going to work so well. We have We have an issue with that. This the phone I'm using for live streaming is a little bit older. I want to use my newer one, but they got rid of all the that didn't go well for Mr. Wild, so he's off to go chase the young'uns. He's gonna try to sort that out, and they're boogieing to the top. All three wildies. Oh, Mocha gives a couple of kicks. She says, "Knock it off. You smell funny." Mr. Wild says, "No, I don't." It's good playtime. Good exercise. Great for their hooves, by the way. This sand. Oh, Annie couldn't make it through Gracie. She tried, though. Momo's moving. She's got places to be, thanks to Mr. Wild. And back over to Annie. Annie, help! Luke won't help either. He doesn't want to fight with Mr. Wild anymore. Oh, Annie's willing to, though. She's going to climb on top and punch him. He says, "No, you won't." She's getting so big, though. She's getting really big. She's growing like a weed this year. Just going crazy. And her daughter says, "Is Mocha just going to stay small forever?" No. No way. Next year. Watch her grow like a weed like Annie. She's going to get so big. Okay, so let's get to some comments. Let's see here. We've got a pile of people. Guess I should drink a little coffee since I made it fresh. Now, actually, I want to move the tripod, so bear with me while I mess around with the camera just a little bit, because I can't see the screen. It's too far away. And now look at this. Okay. That's better. All right, so all the horses have calmed down. We've got these three up here chilling out. Yeah, so let me, maybe it's easier if I just use the other phone. Nope, chat won't show up. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have AJ and Moo from the UK. Hello. Kelsey's here. Hello. From Dolly City. I don't know if I heard of that city. Kelsey never makes live stream. What is? It's a noisy plane. Beautiful day to fly, though. That's for sure. Oh. Mocha's moving. Here she comes. What's she gonna do? She's got energy. Luke's coming up. Oh, whoa! Left, right, left, right. What? Annie's coming around. She's gonna roll. She's digging. Says this is the softest spot ever. It is actually, because when I redid the, it's windy today. When I redid the arena a couple weeks ago, I brought all the sand up to the top, and a big pile of it went there. Ronnie's moving Annie. Annie, what happened? Ronnie didn't want you to be there. Zoom out a little bit. That way I don't have to pay attention to the camera as much. Okay, Sue's here. Nice, looking nice there. Hope it means you've gotten some rain. We did, and then it just went dry again. We're supposed to get maybe a sprinkle or so tonight, tomorrow, but it is very dry. The pond is still a hole in the ground. No water. Pat's here from USA. Well, hello from Canada. Melissa's here from Farmington, MN. MN. I'm Canadian, you guys. I don't know all of the states of the United States. Minnesota? Yeah, maybe. Oh, watch out. All right, Mocha's gonna make a break for it. She's got to get through all of these horses. She's got to figure out, oh, she just went to yoga. She cheated. Oh no, she's getting told where to go. Yoka says, I don't want to co-groom with you anymore. You suck. Practice on somebody else. Mr. Wild's coming up to Yoka. He says, yo. Okay. Kelsey says it's shorts weather here too, but if I wore a sweater, I would boil. Well, there's wind. There's a bit of a chill wind up, and it's definitely shorts weather. It's definitely cool, like warm weather. You're in the sun, but when that wind picks up a little bit, it just feels a bit better to have the sweater on. It will be gone soon. Nicholas Samano says, how big are each of their corrals? I just started watching your channel. There is a whole video on exactly how big they all are. Do a search. I can't remember, so I don't know. Big. They're pretty big. I mean, they're all different sizes. So I did a video. How big is the arena, or how big are the paddocks? Something like that. You have to do a search for it. Looks like a beautiful evening. It's actually a beautiful morning right now, or morning here, 10 o'clock in the morning. Whoa, and he just got told. Although Mr. Wild, he hasn't kicked a single horse, so I don't think he's ever going to. I mean, unless he had to. Paula's here. Hello, Paula. Glad you caught this. Glad you're here. What's Mocha doing? She's got somewhere to be for sure. Side note, there's a large bear. Oh, there goes Mr. Wild. He thinks he has a spot to get to Mocha. She comes back around, hanging around with the girls, and Luke. Safer over there. Safer? It's not like he'd really do anything to her, but he bites her on the neck quite a bit, if he can, if she doesn't try to kick him, like now. It's good practice for her. Great practice. Good socialization. Anyways, there's this huge bear. I got video of him yesterday, wandering around the property. And so this morning when I came out, horses were a little jacked up. And last night Zeus barked. He never barks. So my expectation is that the bear is not far. Not that bears do anything. It's the black bear, but it doesn't do anything. Martine's here. Hello, Martine. Sean, he's in West Canada, so it'll be morning. That's correct. EJ and Moo says it's 6 o'clock there. Oh, yeah, right, because you're across the earth. Martine says it's 7 p.m. And they're all camera shy, sort of. Shred and Claws, so nice. Hello. Rocky's mom, G-Ma, is here. Good morning, G-Ma. Sitting here with your tea watching. I get to have my coffee. I had my tea. I have a ritual in the morning. Get up, I make tea first, have a little breakfast, and then a slower coffee. Otherwise, I might gulp the coffee, but I like having a nice slow coffee. The horses are pretty quiet. Mocha's over at the ball. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. She's just knocking it around a little bit, which is good. I've left it down. I think it's fun. And he's going to go tell her what to do. Yeah, they're so far away. The rest of them are pretty chill now. We'll see if things pick up again. Gemma's here. Good evening from Spain. Well, good morning from Canada. Luke's going to go for a roll. He says this is the best spot. It is the best spot, as I said. It's the softest, fullest spot of... Plus, I think it smells like everybody. You know, so that also makes it the best. Just a good place to have a roly-poly. Gma says she can't believe the size of Annie now. Me? Neither. Every time, it feels like every week I come out and I see her. She's way at the back now with Mocha. She's just a little bigger, and she's pretty powerful too. Tanu is here from Germany. Hello. Hello, Amanda. Yeah, I guess it's what, 7 or 8 in Germany? I don't know what time it is. Not that good with time zones either. Oh, Minnesota was correct. Excellent. Think of Daly City as a suburb of San Francisco. Wow. Look at Annie and Mocha. They're the fun. I really enjoy putting these two out on a nice crisp day. It's been pretty hot. Somebody's asked about the rain there, and we have had a bit of rain, but mostly it's just hot and dry now. But we get all that condensation in the morning, or night and morning, because it gets pretty cold. Oh, look at Roni and Mocha. Or not, yeah, Mocha. Uh-oh, Annie's going to try to come over maybe. No? Gracie's coming over maybe. No, Roni sent her off. You know, the quietest horse here really is Lena. She really doesn't Her and Luke, they're not noisy horses. They like peace and quiet, which is good. But my Wileys, they go kind of wild. Let's see what else. Bennett is here from South Africa. Hello, good morning. At least good morning here. I know it's not morning there. Kathy's here. KK Doc. Hello, Kathy. Good you could make it to watch the horses today live. Anybody has any questions, let me know. Oh, AJ says, what do the horses do when they meet a bear? Do horses charge them or do they run away? There's never been an opportunity where the bear has been in a space or the same space as the horses. The bears, I don't think they would ever come into the arena like the deer did in that one video I had. And in that case, Luke chased off. I don't know if he chased them off. He chased at them. He went at them and they ran off. What would the horses do if there was a bear? I have seen them leave the space. So the bear has been in the back right corner there near the trees and stuff, and the horses just leave the space. They're not a fan of bears. I don't think they would go ahead and charge them or do anything weird. They instead would just probably avoid them. But bears don't do anything. They don't care. They don't want to eat a horse. So, oh, Germany's the same as France, 7:30. Excellent. Dimitri's here. Hello, Dimitri. Good morning. Horses usually want to flight from a bear. Yeah, they run away. That's right, Chris. Lori's here. Hello, Lori from Kelowna. Do you have any smoke there? We're a little smoky this morning. You know, funny you should ask that. Yesterday morning, it was very orange. It was oddly orange. Subdued light, I guess, in a way. It's not even that bright today, but we do have quite a bit of cloud cover. But I think today is not, Luke was going to kick Lena a little. What does she want from him, I wonder? But you can see our weather today is quite nice. It's got some good blue skies, but no real smoke, I don't think. The light that's coming through is most of the light waves. So not diffused or inhibited by the smoke turning it orange. Science question for everybody. Do you know why the light comes through as mostly orange? So I guess if you have smoke there, that probably will come down here maybe tonight. We're supposed to get rain tonight, so I saw on the news either last night or this morning, I can't recall, probably last night, because I don't recall looking at the news this morning. But it said that the wildfires are picking up just a little bit thanks to the wind, which is happening here a bit too. We got a bit of wind, no fires down here, but definitely have a bit of wind. And they still have a campfire ban in effect just due to the dryness. Is Annie trying to get in closer with Lena? She seems to be hanging out with the top three right now. That's interesting. Off to Luke she goes. Luke's pretty chill. He's just hanging out next to the ball there. Might be hard to tell. So we can zoom in. It's hard to zoom in on this phone, you know? It's a pain. Oh, Gmo, you're in Langley. I didn't know that. You could smell the smoke. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think yesterday was a bit of a smoky day. And then today's all right. Today is just cloudy today, so a little less bright because of that, but not the smoke. And I can't smell anything. I don't even know if I could smell it yesterday, but I do know that the effect was in the light. What are these guys doing? They just come over as a crew. Oh, look at Luke. He's getting a few branches. Those aren't growing very fast this year because we don't have any water, but those trees are like weeds. They just grow so quickly. So are the wildfires under control in BC and Northwest Territories? Not from my understanding. I think they're still going. It's just so dry, you know, despite that it's what, mid to late September. It's very weird. Last year we also had a late summer as well. It was dry until October, which is highly unusual. Usually by September we've got rain coming in. And so things are changing. Things are changing. The world is definitely going different. But yeah, no, we still have the fires going on. There's still concern and worry. Everybody's just chilling out. You know what we don't get to see so much anymore? And I think it's Mr. Wild's. Oh, here comes Yoka. Whoa, everybody's moving. When Yoka goes, everybody goes. What is she doing? Mr. Wild's going over to cut her off a little. Roni's hanging out with Mr. Wild. That's cool. I like it when those two hang out together. Oh boy, I think Roni's going to turn his butt. Because here come the girls. And so everybody has to leave when they show up. Now if he goes back to Mocha and Annie. Those are his crew. All wildies. He really likes Mocha though. I guess maybe, yeah. Okay, next question. Kathy says, I have to share this. I recently got a bracelet made beautifully with stone beads and horsehairs from one of these awesome horses, Mr. Wild. I've worn it every day and it still looks new. Well, Kathy, I'm really glad you like it. Yeah, that's a Mr. Wild bracelet. Yep. And you're welcome. Kelsey says, I live in California. We have a new season, fire season. Jesus, it's true. There are a lot of forest fires, but there's some theories about it. I don't know if I want to get too much into it, but a lot of the theories really are, oh, Mocha's turned into napkin. Just poor forest management, not enough small fires burning things down. Now just get really big fires. So, yeah. Ah, Luke and Roni. They're such cool horses. I like watching them play. They've been doing this for years, ever since I got them. They're the best buds. It's just the two of them. They do this an awful lot more, but when there's more horses in, they don't play nearly as much. Yeah, look what he says. I'm going to bite you in the neck. Well, he says, no, you're not. You can't reach far enough. You have to take another step. And if you do that, you're in trouble. Oh, Roni moved in. He said, try me. I dare you. Luke doesn't follow through. Come on, buddy. Give him a nibble. Bite him on the shoulder. Oh, that was a close one. Put some whiskers on him. And he says, don't touch me. You get to smell. Oh, these two. Annie and Mocha in the background. I don't know if you can see just over Luke's back. And then Mr. Wild and Yoka are even further behind. These two are fun. I like these two. Gmon says, is Luke getting over Swedish now? Yes, actually, he is. This year has been, whoa. It's a stampede. Here they come. He is much better. I don't think it's nearly as bad as it's ever been. I haven't seen Yoka much. She's up close now. She moves everybody. The whole herd's going now. See, usually that's my job. Usually I get everybody shuffling around and exercising and going. But today Yoka's on that because I'm sitting on my butt with a coffee. Yeah, this year's been great. Less bugs, better bug management. The property is slowly getting a lot better managed. That whole space that you can see where Annie is, in the middle there, just past the cedar tree, the chewed up cedar tree. She's quick. And has been all filled in carefully now. And so that used to be a bug factory. I mean, like the whole property is. And the properties beside me, I mean, it's really hard to manage everything. we do what we can, reduce the amount of bugs, get the bug zappers, and clean up, just making things a little bit better. And I think it's helped. So, ooh, Luke got in trouble. Yoka's going after him though. Just get back here. So we got a little more energy again today. She's going over to tell Luke a little bit more. She sent Gracie, sent Lena. What's happening with these two? So sweet itch is definitely much better. It's still a little there, not totally gone, but way, way better. I haven't done anything about it other than manage the environment. I do think that it is an environment issue. I think that a lot of people that are using balms and sprays and Velcro, or not Velcro, spandex suits on horses, all that kind of stuff, they're just band-aids. They're not solving the actual problem that's happening, which is the bugs. Solve the bugs. And it should help a lot. Amanda says, how's Mr. Wild's hoof looking now? What about his hoof? I don't think he... Oh, did you see a video? I did a follow-up video. Yes, because I did a video talking about trimming him. And then I did a follow-up video where I continued to work on them. And just a little backstory for everybody. Mr. Wild's trim was a little late. Let's say too late, far too late actually for me. But I slacked off, admittedly slacked off. And so I was a few weeks late, which to me is a 6-week trim. The way to trim horses is 100%, most definitely, every 3 weeks. You go any further, you're going to have issues that you're going to have to chase until you come back to a good schedule. So he went a little long, which caused a flare and caused what we call, what some people call a white line disease. And disease is it's an appropriate word, but extreme. It's a bit extreme. Oh, here they go. It's a stampede. Whoa, watch out, Mo. Oh, he's noisy. Mr. Wild's noisy. He's got something to say. He's sorting every... Oh, Lena's getting mad. Just knock it off, everybody. I just want to stand around and be lazy. It's dusty. It's dusty when they all get moving. It's just a crowd in the middle now with Lena in the way. Anyhow, so his the problem when that happens is that you just get perpetual disconnection at the bottom edge, and if you keep doing 6 weeks and 8 weeks and garbage like that, then you just get separation that goes all the way up the hoof, which takes at least a year to grow out. And so I'm trying to catch it. And so my next trim was a week later, where I just keep up with the trim that I did, the setup trim. Oh, that is a crowd in the corner. And then I'll just continue that until it's grown out, which shouldn't take long. It should only take a few weeks to grow it out. It shouldn't be too bad at all. But I wanted to catch it ahead of time so to let people know, like, this is what happens when you're late. When you're 2 weeks late, 3 weeks late, 4 weeks late. Some people go once every 2 months. It's excessive. So gotta fix it. So it's looking good. So hopefully that answers. Teresa is here. I love your beautiful horses. Watching in Alaska. Well, good morning, Teresa. I guess it's still kind of morning, isn't it? It's probably the same time as me, right? 10:30. Martine says she has a Luke and Lena bracelet. Yes, you do. It is beautiful. I have pictures of all of them, and I love them all. Every time I send one out, I just think, oh man, but I know it's going somewhere good. And these bracelets are all over the world. Oh, she missed. That's good. Gracie's so weird, you know. Just trying to get out, man. Roni gave an indication of a kick. I don't know why he bothered. He doesn't care. And so Mocha had to make it out, which she did. And everything was fine. Poof cat. Oh, I think this is the second time this has come in, but it was the same kind of comment. Where was the other one? Luke looks so much darker than Mr. Wild. Did I see another one that said that? Maybe not. Yeah, absolutely. They're totally different colors now. Not totally, obviously, but yeah, much lighter. Luke's definitely got some a different belly color kind of thing. It's a lighter belly with darker body, black legs. It's got some cool coloring. Mr. Wild is more of a light brown. He's hanging around with Yoka right now. Gracie's thinking of rolling. Not yet, though. So, yeah, I remember when they were twins, too. Kathy says, I find it fascinating how the dynamics change. I thought if Lena was in the arena, Roni would always plant next to her. He usually does. He really likes her, it seems. He just hangs out with her. They don't really do anything otherwise. And I think it's just more habit than anything. Friendship habit, not a bad habit. A good thing. Just that's what they do. Hang out together. And some co-grooming. Not much. See Lena's ears go back when Gracie turns away. I think that's interesting. I think that when a horse turns their butt to another horse, the horse that gets their butt turned to, horse that has the butt turned to. Am I saying that right? Anyhow, Lena, in this case, says, don't think about doing anything other than walking away. I think that's what they say. So I want to be able to say that when I let a horse go. When they turn their butt, they go to walk away. Like, don't think about doing anything other than leaving. You know, so. All right. Kelsey says, whenever Yoka really gets going, her floof dances and makes me laugh. I do too. She's so cute. She gets, when it's a little longer and the wind is just flowing through it, because it kind of sticks up a bit, it definitely is, yeah, her floof is hilarious. Gma says her guy gets it too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a genetic thing. I don't think you can get away from it, but I do think that we can do an awful lot for them through environment, the horse husbandry, the environment portion of the horse husbandry. Oh, Luke got told where to go by Annie. Roni's gonna leave. What is he doing? He's going to get a drink of water. Gracie's there already. There's little Mocha. Hello, little Mocha. Oh, Annie's coming over. I wonder if she thought there was maybe a nibble there or something. I chucked a carrot down. Not the case. Roni's moving. Gracie's following. She really likes Roni now. She doesn't like when he goes too far. Another drink for Mocha. She's awfully thirsty today. Martine says they're all good friends. They are. Melissa says, I love watching the horses cavort. Is it cavort or cavor? I don't use the word very often, if ever. I think it's cavort. Anyhow. I volunteer with horses close by to where I live. That's great. The world needs lots of volunteers. Miranda says, yes, I watched that. Oh, well, then if you watch the second one, then that's where he's at right now. Coming along quite well. No issues whatsoever, as you can see. Not lame, not struggling. But I'm striving for perfection. I'm striving for good, solid connection. Something that does not get worse. And that's the primary problem of many horses and their hooves. It gets a little out of hand, and then a little more, and until finally it's just insurmountable. Look, guys, it's a squirrel. Where's he going? I can't tell. He's probably getting more chestnuts. We got a huge chestnut tree right next to us here. So he's grabbing those. Yep, off he goes up the tree. Squirrels are so cool. Luke's rolling. Okay, let's see. Tanya says, I love watching them being themselves and goof around. Dimitri says, hi, Sandy. Sandy waves. That's cute. All the chestnuts in the corner. That's right, we have a huge chestnut tree. just right next to the property in the neighbor's yard. Actually, there's quite a few chestnuts trees around here. No surprise, because they go and plant them all over the place. In fact, when I hear, oh, Luke's having a lie down, what's Annie gonna do? Is she gonna spoon him again? Do you guys remember that video? She just lies down right next to him and tries to roll, and he's like, what the? He has to get up. I wonder if she's gonna do that again. That would be funny. Hello, Sue. Vicky's here from Switzerland. So excited to have you back with another video. Me too. Me too. I want to make lots more videos. Oh, something's happening over with Mr. Wild and Yoka. Momo's with them. My daughter says to me the other day, she says, I've named all the Wildies. I said, I guess you have. Well, not Mr. Wild, but she's named him Meatball here, so I call him Meatball. Look at what Annie's doing to poor Luke. He just wants to have a lie down. Look at that. He's lied down on her leg. Can you see that? I don't know if I can stand up. Oh, see, I set him off. He's going to get up now. And he's such a pest. Why didn't she just leave him alone? Yeah, she says she's named all the... She's going to lie down where he lied down. Says, can I? Yeah, thanks. Oh, that's such a nice warm spot, she says. You warmed up the sand for me. Lovely. So I get to smell like Luke for 10 minutes. When he's coming over, I tell Luke what to do. Oh, it's a fight. Anyways, so she says that. She says, but you've given them all their nicknames. And I said, because I really haven't, but she sort of thinks I have. Because she called him Meatball. And then he turned into Meats. And Mocha is Momo. And Annie is An to me. So they've all got these little nicknames here. Yoka is Yo-Yo, because it's like Momo or Mocha. Look at her. She's moving. Says, hey Luke, what's up? No, he doesn't want any part of that. Mocha's running. Don't know why. We'll see the bear. The bear came out this morning. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Okay. Jan St. Charles is here. Good morning. When you're with the horses and you turn your back on them, is it the same effect as when they turn their back on each other? Does it send the same kind of message? That is a very good question, actually. Oh, Ronnie and Mr. Wilder. I think the fact that we don't kick backwards. So what we want to think about is what are... Annie. What we have to think about is what our behaviors are, what our objective, as in objectively observable behaviors. So if I turn my back to a horse and I act like I'm going to kick out, or actually kick out, and that is a common thing to do, then yes, I do believe that when we turn our back, they would think, uh-oh, there's trouble. So, where we can observe that in action is horses that have been hit, which is incredibly common. So you get videos of my horse is head shy. Head shy is such a kind way of saying my horse is afraid of my hands because I or somebody else has hit them. Imagine, like, if you're walking in the mall and the objectively observable behavior of another human being that when they raise their hand, they punch you. Well, if you saw anybody raise their hand to scratch their head, the first thing you'd be thinking is, I'm going to get punched? It's called trauma, right? It's not being head shy. It's called having trauma. So due to that lack of trauma or trauma experience, when we turn our back, it doesn't exist. There's no data point for them to draw from and say, oh, I'm in trouble or I'm going to get kicked or something like that. doesn't work that way. So yeah, it's the long answer. The short answer is no. But you could do that. You could make it happen, like many people make it happen when they carry around their sticks and whips and all kinds of stuff. It's phenomenal. You really do. You really can understand the human when you hang around with the horse. In many cases, it can't be more obvious. And it's actually one of the reasons why I don't work so much with the public anymore, because I can't keep my mouth shut. And it isn't working well. So try not to be judgmental, but when you have so that sounds rough. Let's reestablish that a little bit. So take for example a story I've told a couple times. And I'll get back to the comments in a second. Take for example this story that I've told a couple of times, and the story goes: I show up at a place, and I took Haley with me. For everybody who doesn't know, it's my daughter. We went to this place, and this poor horse. The girl was going to sell the horse. She didn't want to work with it anymore, and it was pretty afraid. Is probably the best way to put it. This horse was full of trauma. It's probably the absolute best way I could put it. It was, as you'd refer to, as head shy, body shy, leg shy, tail shy, butt shy, everything shy. And I said, I expect that you guys probably hit this horse quite a bit. This isn't a normal, what this horse is doing isn't a normal behavior. I mean, it would run around, it would charge, it would kick out, it did all kinds of, you couldn't halter it. If you moved the halter at all in a funny way, like if you raised your arm up at all to sort of block the horse from coming forward, it would immediately rear up. Now, why do horses rear up? Horses rear up because their back legs become kind of petrified. They become very scared. You ever see those goats that fall over when you chuck a ball at them? Horses kind of, which is funny, by the way, to me. I think other people find it funny too. They just flop over, they freeze up. Horses kind of have the same sort of response where they're stuck. This is a theory, by the way, and based on my observations of hundreds of horses doing this, on the circumstances that they're stuck in, it seems very legit. But it's not that I think that they're stuck, but their back feet won't go backwards, so they go upwards. That's why some horses just roll over backwards instead of just stepping backwards. Their back feet won't go backwards. And I think it's out of their control a little bit, so they end up rearing up so they can strike out and come forward because they can't go backwards. So if you moved your hand, if you raised your hand, if you moved the halter in a funny way at all, then this horse would rear up right in front of you. So every time it reared up, I just stood there, which was incredibly terrifying, by the way. And I would just hold all of my worry inside. I mean, it manifested into a shake. How do I explain this? This is actually, scientifically, it's fascinating. Biologically, it's fascinating. It's adrenaline. There's obviously an adrenaline that's going to rush through my body. There's a horse standing up on two legs in front of me. It's a scary place to be. But you just, if you say to the horse internally, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm actually here to be your best friend. You just don't know it yet. And you just stand there and you're like, it's cool. You can rear up a little, but you don't have to. You could just back up and everything will be really quite good. I'll go with you. And I know that I'm saying, when I say this, I know that there's plenty of people that just check right out. What are you talking about? Horse rears up. It's obviously being stubborn and it's doing the wrong thing and it's challenging you. And yeah, there's a lot of people I'm never going to reach, but plenty that I will. So I keep going. So over about 20 minutes of this, running around, get a halter on, it's rearing up, won't let me touch, won't let me go anywhere near, won't let me do a thing. And 20, 30 minutes of that, finally, it looks at me and just says, well, you haven't hit me yet. I feel like it's saying you haven't done anything to threaten me yet, other than when I went into your space and you said, get out of my space. But I didn't chase the horse out of my space. I just said, get out. You're not safe enough to have in my space. And so after that, the horse says, okay. And it just completely let go. And within, 35, 40 minutes, I just had the horse's head in my arms. It was very quiet with a sleepy look in its eye, very peaceful. And so from that, we can kind of say we have objective observations of this horse has been hurt. So when I say I can't shut my mouth, it's like situations like that. And I have another story maybe I could tell, where I'd say, I think you guys hit this horse a lot. Have I got that right? And nobody wants to hear that they're a horse abuser. nobody wants. People who do that definitely don't want to hear it. And so that's what I mean. The process of working with horses, they're such honest animals, and they're so good at cataloging objective observations. So turning your back to them and never kicking them when you turn your back to them will mean that it means nothing. It might mean you're afraid. It might mean that you're about to leave. It might mean, it definitely doesn't mean what it means to a horse. So Gracie's gonna have maybe a lie down. She looks pretty peaceful. I'm not sure if she's looking for rolling. I think she's looking for just a lie down. We'll see. I could be wrong. So, yeah, working with the horses made me sad a little bit. Working with the people made me a bit mad, in that it's so hard to get a change to happen in the human, not the horse. I mean, I don't know how many years that horse was putting up with that young girl who didn't care, by the way. That's the other side of it. My daughter told me later that half the time I was working with the horse, she was on her phone. I just thought, I'm out. I can't. I don't want to. All right. So there you go. There's my speech. There's my story. Horses here. Hello, horse. Kishkaka says, can I volunteer for you, please? I don't take any volunteers in anymore. I'm sorry. No. It's a liability issue. I don't want to take any chances. So, but I appreciate the offer a lot. Annie used to be a pest for Little Miss too. Yeah, she did. She stepped on her tail, didn't she? Yeah, she'd paw away at her tail a little bit. Those two were fun. Kathy says, just think of all the wisdom here on this channel. The more years, the more smarts. Some of it comes from me, but I get a lot of really great comments. You guys contribute a lot to this channel. Yep. Thank you for the live stream. You're welcome. Sue says, so you're saying the horse is a mirror of the human? I think it can be. I don't think they are, but they can be. I think that there's an interesting, that is a common saying, but I don't think it's, I guess I'm being too nitpicky of the saying. I'd say yes, but to be a little bit nitpicky of the saying, it's of the mindset that when you see a horse, it's reflective precisely of the human, which it's kind of hard. What if a person has lots of horses? I mean, so, but yes, in regards to the behaviors that the horse exhibits around other humans or that human, which is why when you go to buy a horse, when the person says that they can do this, that, and the other with the horse, you don't go and try to do it with the horse. You tell that person, say, okay, show me. And then observe how that horse acts around that human. In that case, the horse will show a mirror to that person if they're looking. To us, it's going to be subjective observation. So while a mirror can be shown to us, to everybody else, the horse's behaviors are reflective of the behaviors they've been around that they've interpreted for their safety. Does that make sense? All right. Sandy says, it's the greatest joy to remove fear from an animal. It is sad that it's there. I always feel pretty sad. I think joy maybe later. I don't think joy in the moment. Does that make sense? But yes, absolutely. It's a good thing. It's hard to take it out forever. Kick him, Moko. Kick him. Right in the chest. She's in heat a little bit. Yoga just stands there. It's funny. Sue says, I'll try again. The horse's behavior is reflective of the humans. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly it. It can be, but then it's also up to our interpretation, our subjective interpretation. So we have to be cautious. Tanu says, do the horse's reactions mirror our behavior towards them? Their interpretation of our behaviors or the direct effects of our behaviors. So, okay, let's take a different example. Plenty of horses become what some people refer to as food aggressive. And the food aggressive behavior is a mirror to how the human feeds the horse. Does that make sense? So if you wander in with some food, and the horse is walking towards the person quickly chucks the food and runs out. That is going to say to the horse, it's my food. You know, it's good you brought my food, now give it to me now. And the human says, oh no, and then runs away, leaves, doesn't protect the food or step in the way of the horse getting the food in any way, doesn't establish a bit of a boundary and then says, okay, you can have some food, you know, in a nice way. I'm not talking, I mean, I've seen some really crappy videos out there on food aggressive stuff where horses just get whipped. I saw one of a guy and he and so many people loved it. He had a horse trapped in a stall and he was teaching this young girl. He brought in this can of treats and he started shaking it and the horse would turn towards him and he'd beat it. He'd hit it with the stick. Back in the corner. And just a baby-faced trainer. I dislike him in so many ways, but just a young lad trying to train horses, and somebody taught him that that's the way to do it. And so when horses become the higher up in the hierarchy, when you bring food, they're absolutely going to say, hurry up and give it to me. It's normal. But we can absolutely then say to them, I'm not ready yet. I'm almost done. Just be patient. And they will. They'll just be, okay, no problem. It's pretty quiet now, except for the boys playing. That's good. Good. Sue says, I'm wondering, how has living amidst a herd of horses changed your behavior and demeanor? Have you changed, if at all? Personal question. Yeah, of course I have. I've changed a lot. Horses are definitely my peaceful place, 95% of the time. The other 5% is every time I see a fence that's busted down or a hole in the ground or some kind of ridiculous damage. What did you do here? But for the most part, they're such peaceful animals. So I've learned a lot about peace. I've learned a lot about there's a lot to learn. What can you learn from horses? You can learn honesty. You can learn to observe a lot better. You can learn leadership. You can learn abrasiveness, subtleness. You can learn courage. Learn a lot about fear. A heck of a lot about fear. And it's funny because horses live their lives in fear. Humans do too, but I think some don't and can't acknowledge it. Look at these guys. Keka mocha. He just never leaves her alone. It's good for her. You learn about perseverance. You learn about what truly defines what defines you kind of as a person at your base level. And I think when we're faced with adversity, so plenty of people are faced with adversity when they're around horses because horses are scary. These two are the funnest. I should probably just put the camera on them. Because you're scared and you don't want to get hurt, so you're faced with the worst adversity, and that is to be injured or killed, which is essentially what horses feel a lot of times when they're hanging around humans. They don't want to be hurt or killed because plenty of humans are very aggressive. Horse humans, maybe not a lot of So when faced with adversity, what are you going to do? Are you going to freak out? Are you going to yell? Are you going to lose your mind? Are you going to still be able to concentrate on other things? Are you going to take a step back? Are you going to let go of your pride? Are you going to stand still and don't move at all? You know, I had one student here, a young girl. It was the last time she came, and there was a lightning storm, and and I told her, I said, when the thunder comes, the horse is going to freak out a little bit. So you have to be prepared for that. And she literally just stood there like a statue because of the adversity that she couldn't face. Roni are hilarious with Luke right now. What are they doing? I learned humor. I learned to laugh a lot more, I think. I mean, I've always laughed a lot, but gosh, they're just their behaviors. What do they think? Why? I've learned maybe more forgiveness in a way. In all, horses have made me a better person. Absolutely. 100% better person. I've learned to teach a lot more to those that want to learn. And you can kind of tell that horses feel that same kind of way. Horses don't want to teach those that don't want to learn. And I think that they can see a human that doesn't want to learn and just take no interest in them and want to leave. Horses, I mean, there's a lot of theory out there on how they can detect our feelings and all that. They can't. They can observe what we're thinking, what we're doing, what our face is doing, what our hands are doing, how quickly we're moving, how much we're breathing, if we're loud, if we're quiet. Learned a lot about being quiet. I've learned a lot about my body movements because a lot of times you need to just be quiet. Stop talking. Stop moving. And moving is talking, by the way. Because horses don't verbally talk much. Just look at these two. All of their conversation is silent. Ears, eyes, mouth, body, tail is swishing, right? It's not pinched in and under. Their ears are kind of floppy. Their eyes are just quiet. They're still trying to get rid of flies off their body. You know, they're chill. They're just having a coffee conversation. You know, one of them thinks that global warming is real, and the other one's like, nah, no way, man. This is the way the Earth is supposed to be. That's it. That's all they're doing. And it's nice. I've learned a lot. I've learned that conflict doesn't have to stick. Every minute's a new minute. Every hour's a new hour. Every day's a new day. That perspective has taken me a long ways, I think. Does that help? That's a really long one. I probably have more in me, but maybe that's it for now. I do like to philosophize a lot, so. Oh, Annie. Or not Annie. Lena, what are you doing? What's Lena doing? She really took Mocha around the arena. Roni says, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. Come with me. It'll be fine. Lena says, where's the pears? Bring pears. Roni does too. Bring pears. Look, the tree's just up there. Go up there. Walk up with your two little legs. Little chicken leg human. Get up there. Go get me pears. I'm short on pears. We got a lot of pears this year. It's a bumper crop. It's crazy. They're falling out of the tree in the all hours. Oh, Lena's moving again. She's telling Mocha where to go. Gee whiz. All right, moving on. What else we got? What else we got, everybody? Yeah, right. Tanu says horses taught me to concentrate. Yeah. Patience. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot that one. Horses teach you patience. They teach you to just be in the moment because that's all they are. They're not wondering about anything else. Like, oh, I got to go get some groceries. I just ran out of something or other. And then I got to sit in traffic. And later on, I got to give a phone call. And my friend's in the hospital. So I got to make sure, they don't think any of these things. They're just thinking of now, right now. So we should too, a little bit more. It's probably why I'm terrible at scheduling. Maybe. So there you go. The first bad thing that horses have taught me. Don't schedule my life. Kidding, I do have a lot of schedules. Sue says, think about that. Horses live their lives in fear, yet they are peaceful. That's a lesson we should all learn. I think... Pears? Do you have any pears on you? I don't. I could go get some in a bit, though. They live their life in fear no different than we all do. Humans just happen to lock their doors all the time. You lock your car, you lock your house, do you leave a light on? Everybody lives their life in fear. It's very hard to acknowledge for many. I have no problem with that. In fact, that's another thing horses have, which kind of falls in line with courage, just having a self-reflective and an introspective mindset. Somebody's honking a horn. And that is to say, it's okay to be perceptively weak, which is what a lot of people perceive fear as. But it isn't. Fear is powerful. Fear is just as powerful as happy. What are the horses looking at? Lena's looking at something. Is the bear back there? I hope so. He uses my trails a lot. I think it's a he. Could be wrong. Okay, what else? It's a good morning. This is great for you guys to be here. It's good conversations. I didn't finish. Oh, wait. That's a lesson we should all learn. Yeah, I think that a lot of people definitely want to live their life in peace. They just don't know how to get it. And peace can definitely come from hanging around horses. And I agree. They are very peaceful creatures. They want to be safe. But their safety comes at such a base level of safety. Humans' safety comes from not only the physical safety, but the food security, which leads to the money security, to the roof over your head security, to the social security, meaning that socially horses have the social security as well, where they want to have a friend. But in humans, we've got the internet, which is making everybody even worse. Not getting into that. We don't go down that direction. All right. Kelsey says, it makes me so sad to think that is how I was taught. And as someone new to horses as a kid, I didn't know any better. I've learned so much from Graham. Well, there's a lot of really mean teachers out there. There's a lot of angry people that are teachers in the horse world. And they teach others. And people think it's normal. Sue says, dogs taught me to smile. Cats taught me to laugh. That's fantastic. That's a nice thing to say, Sandy. Kathy says, my feeling about horse behavior is that horses do whatever it takes to help them survive another day, and because unwanted behavior has worked before, it's all they know. It's not their fault. Well, yeah. I mean, they are a pretty basic creature, and so there's only going to be a certain amount of things that they can they can do, and all of them are going to be obvious, you know. So, and what was this thing about somebody dragging a horse by a gator because she was stubborn and bit a 2-month-old filly? That sounds terrible. Humans, eh? It doesn't teach anything, you know. Like that thing would teach nothing to the horse. Absolutely nothing, other than the gator's really scary. Other than having a halter on is really scary. Imagine using a halter as a tool to damage a horse. Well, I mean, if somebody had a rope near you, tied it to your wrist, and then yanked on it so hard it dislocated your wrist, you'd never want to see a rope near you again. And yet people use halters in ways that just blows my mind that a horse ever lets them put a halter on them again. Sue says 3 weanlings, 2 foals with their mamas removed, pending investigation last I heard. I guess I haven't seen this horse abuse thing. Whatever happened, I haven't seen it. I don't pay that much attention unless somebody brings it to my attention. I've got so many other things to do. But I could bring attention to it as well. Sandy says livestock has the right to dignity too. Just my 2 cents. You know, it's not just about, I agree with that. But it's not just about having the right to dignity. I think it's that the human that is doing these things to an animal is a sad human being, and it's I think more attention should be brought to why are these humans doing these things? What kind of trauma they got in their life where they're going to beat up on a defenseless animal? What happened there? Why nobody taught you kindness or empathy? Oh well. The lives of livestock are really lax. Yes, they are. Oh, what's that? Annie's walking with Mocha? She was? Annie's with, oh yeah. Annie, wait, what did you say? Annie with, yeah, see, yeah. Gracie's walking with Annie and Mocha. Yeah, sometimes she does, actually. Now she's with Roni. It's getting warm. I'm going to have to take my sweater off. It's getting warm out. Less wind, more sun. Lena doesn't like the babies. It's possible. They are pesky. Oh, Kimberly's here. Hello, Kimberly. So excited to catch me live. Well, we've been on for an hour and 20. It was really abusive for any horse, but this was a scared baby. Yeah. 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 It's I haven't seen it, but I don't think I'd watch it, but I don't know. I mean, it's amazing that there's video of it. Somebody took video or allowed video. Was it? What happened there exactly? I mean, I don't know everything exactly, but was somebody taking video? Like, oh, speaking of that, the girl in Ontario, the one that dragged the horse behind a truck and sort of shaved down its back, crazy, back feet. She pled guilty and got a $2,500 charge, and she's not allowed to own animals in that province. But it's not a federal court, I don't think. It's provincial court, which means it's kind of like if you're in the States, it's only in the state. So in the state of California, you can't do blah, blah, blah. But the rest of the states, you're fine. So she's actually supposedly, allegedly, fled to Alberta, which is the province next to ours here, next one over. And they're well known. Alberta is well known for its horse abuse. And not that's sad though, but I mean, there are a lot of stories that come out of there that just aren't good. Now, they don't come from everywhere. Obviously, the other one came from Ontario, but she's gone to a province that is a little more lax in that kind of idea. So we'll see how that goes. But she got charged, and her name is Mud in the eyes of the law. A neighbor took video of it, eh? Wow. Yeah, good. Good for the neighbor. Put it online and get the law involved. Absolutely. Where was this? In the States? How's Zeus doing? He's old. Thanks for asking, though. A little worried for him. Yeah, he's he was a little down for a bit. Uh, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's old. Let's see. Next door neighbor videoed it after enough people saw it and called North Carolina. At least she got charged. Yeah, she got charged. Yeah. Yeah. Well, animal abuse happens everywhere. It happens to all kinds of animals. We pay attention to the horses here, but there's lots of people that pay attention to the dogs, cats, small animals. Some people pay attention to the cows, pigs, chickens. You know. At least she got charged. Yeah, she did. Well, and it took forever. Well, honestly, that is almost nothing compared to what the horse went through. Sometimes a lot does not really reflect justice. It's hard to, what kind of what number do you put on it? I mean, banned from having animals, who's monitoring that? How exactly does that go? Annie and Gracie are having a chat by the ball. Oh, he's sending Mr. Wild. And he turns around and follows him. These two are fun. They do this a lot. How are the guinea pigs? They're good. I had one on my shoulder yesterday. And whenever Haley has to clean her cage, if I'm at my computer, which I am more than I'd like to be, she chucks them on my shoulder. It says, "You're on guinea pig sitting duty." It's cute. They're cute. They're good. They're healthy. Fun little things. Tanya and Elvis are here. Hello. Kimberly says, "I'm glad she's being held somewhat accountable. These people definitely need jail time. I've heard people say over and over about taking a 2x4 to their horses. This stuff freaks me out. It's abuse." Yeah, it is. Of course it is. You physically, violently hurt another living being, other than mosquitoes. Yeah, it's definitely not mosquito abuse. They can all die. I'll be all right with that. Flies can go too. Yeah. Red ants, I don't like them. See, but then that's just subjective. What do people really like red ants? Like, I love red ants. They're so cool. How many guinea pigs do you have now? We have 4. We have 4. Yeah. And they're in pairs. They're not all together because they don't quite get along as a foursome. So they're in pairs, and the pairs get along great. We just figured out which pairs get along really well with each other, and that worked out well. I got to take my sweater off. It's getting hot out. Horses are quiet. I'll tell you what. Why don't I grab some pears now? It's windy. I'll tuck the microphone under my shirt. It's handy. I wish I could use my other phone. I was saying way in the beginning that the microphone only hooks up, or at least I only have the cable for a hookup to the headphone jack. But I'm going to buy a new cable for the new phone so it can hook up to the USB port. Anyhow, tech conversation nobody cares about. Okay, let's get some pears. Oh, coffee's good. Coffee tastes good. I'll have to make myself a fresh one. Okay, I'm getting pears. I'll be back. Such a beautiful. Sorry, buddy. Big bug. Whew, okay, that's probably enough. Yeah. All right. I think we've got plenty. Okay. Here we go. There's a plenty. Still hundreds of them up in the tree too. Hey, Alina looking at me. I think she knows what's up. With the scary box, which Ronnie doesn't seem to be afraid of. He says, that looks pretty good. Okay, nobody run me over, all right? Let's see. Oh, you're the bravest, are you? Here you go, buddy. Don't drop it. Hello, Ronnie. Would you like a pear? Oh, gross. Hello, Gracie. There you go. Surrounded by horses. Look up. Luke. Get it, buddy. Don't need. We're okay. Now I have to have eyes in the back of my head. No. Stay over there, please. I don't like you. You're out. Stay over there. No, don't press me so much. Out. Hey. So, if you guys are ever wondering how you sort of establish a bit of control amongst a big pile of horses, I know who. No, back. I know who will push another horse around. Luke won't. Jeez, you guys, come on. They're just pairs. You don't have to be that bad. And so So the biggest troublemaker has to stay out. Here, I gotta find a small one for you because you always drop the big ones. Out. So I can't have a horse pushing another horse. Stop coming at me so quickly. Both you guys, back off. Wait patiently. See, Yoka is a great example of what a horse should be. Patient. These two knuckleheads have been allowed a little bit too much leeway for too long. So, no, that's not cool, man. You're gonna get me hurt. Back up. Thank you. No. So being in and amongst them is dangerous, quite dangerous. So hey, pay attention. Okay. Oh, you need to stop. You've become the worst miscreant. Okay, I'm gonna send you away proper. Stay. So what are the tools that I've got? I've got my body. I can rush. I can stomp. I can wave my hands. I scratch my head. No, stop it. If I was a little more prepared, hello Annie. Yes, here you go. Roni, here you go. Luke, here you go. I would bring a rope with me. Lena, Gracie, you've been very patient. Thank you very much. So the patient horses get the food. Are you still moving her around? Back up. Quite good about backing up though. Little one. Little one. You did get told what to do. And this is my space. And there's no two ways about it. Everybody has to move. They have to shuffle and move a little bit. But I'm always going to kind of reset and find some peace and quiet. As long as nobody makes trouble around me. Okay, these are kind of big ones, you guys. Okay, you can take a bigger one. You can probably take that one. You can take that one. Gracie, thank you for waiting over here. It's very kind of you. Do you have it? Annie? It's a lot of pairs for you guys. Roni, don't push, okay? Yoka, you've been very good. Good. And you're being fantastic. Thank you for staying away. Appreciate it. I know. I put a little worry in you. I have to take it back out. Hello, little Mo. You have any trouble me, okay? You gonna drop that? All right. What do we got left? We've got a few left. Roni, you're my special boy today. That's a little one. I'll give that one to Mo. Lena, you can have half of this. Oh, that's good. Gracie, hello. Sorry, guys. We're all out. Last. No, neither of you. Back up. You take off. Take off. Thank you. Good. You're still shuffling. Back up. Ugh, my hand is all covered in pear juice. We'll wash it off. And that's how you feed 8 horses, maintaining control. Without having to be mean about it. Moko, you gotta figure it out. Stay away. This box has been great. This is a gift. It's a sturdy little box, holds all my treats. I'll leave that there. Yeah, that's that. Everybody's fed pears. It's a good morning. Uh-oh. She's out. Okay. Let's check some comments. Yoka's still waiting for more pairs, but they're all gone. That's a lot of pairs. I gave them a lot of pairs. They should all be pretty happy now. Wander off and go have some energy again after all that. When he's interesting because he's hanging out with Gracie and Mr. Wild. Well, yeah, usually he just hangs around with Lena, doesn't he? But once in a while. Kimberly says she could sit all day and watch your herd. I want horses again so badly. Meanwhile, I'll live vicariously through you. Cool. Well, we've got lots of horse material here. Lots of videos, lots of fun. Lioness is here. Enjoyable time. Thank you. You are welcome. Roger's here. Hello, Roger. Demetrius, Lena in her power stance. She is very powerful. Look at her there. She looks good. Everybody feels the way that they want to get horses. Yeah, horses are great. They really are. I mean, their work. So horses have taught me the value of hard work and responsibility. Teaches my daughter plenty of things. Has taught my daughter probably everything that I've talked about. And then I get to reinforce it a bit here and there as well, which is really good. The wind is picking up. The trees are moving. And Kelsey says, this channel is my moment of zen. It is pretty zen-like a lot of the times. Dimitri says, this channel has been my happy place for over 1.5 years now. Thank you for doing what you're doing and for sharing with us. You're very welcome. I hear that a lot. It's really nice that people find quiet, peace, and happiness, some fun, just hanging out here. It's really cool that I'm able to share it. I'm actually really quite happy to be able to share this. Some of them are being cheeky on waiting for the pairs. It's a dangerous situation. I mean, I come out of that. I rarely worry. Somebody asked me, don't you ever worry? I said, I do. I have fear. I worry. But I've done it a lot. And so my senses are on high alert. And I know to get rid of the troublemaker. When the other horses watch the troublemaker leave and they learn, like the objective reasoning does come in where they observe and they say, if I'm really quiet, I get more pairs. And so they'll be patient and they'll be treated fairly for it. Yeah. So that's just what I think. And none of them run me over. But what my biggest concern is that one horse will try to run over another horse and then that horse will want to come to me. And it would be a bad scene. Amy's here. Hello, Amy. Great Sunday for this live. Smoking Alberta again today. You'll take our weather. Yeah, there's forest fires still going. People are asking about that. It's a big deal. And me and Mr. Wild are going to have a chat, which is good. Horses looking good in the arena. They are. Just finished pair feeding, if you missed that. I'm talking about how to deal with the herd. Somebody had asked me in a comment, said, how do you become the dominant horse? And the answer was never that I'm the dominant one, but I'm definitely going to persevere and make sure that my space is protected, and horses sort that out. They actually, the funny thing is, or at least I find, the deal is that horses want peace and quiet. If you offer peace and quiet, they'll take it 100% of the time. You say, I just want to be peaceful and quiet. Can you be peaceful and quiet now, please? And they'll say yes. And it isn't about making the right thing easy and the wrong thing hard. It's not about that. That concept is negative. Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. I just instead say to them, this is what I'm doing. It'd be best to do it. I'm not going to do anything other than this. So just join me in doing this. Rather than ramp any energy up or provide any punishment. I think it's purposeless. Amy says it's dry and stuff, so we're sending rain. There goes a very loud motorcycle. It's the worst thing about being on this road is the motorcycles and the behaviors of the riders, just to have jacked up motorcycles and just put all the gas that they can into their engines to make them as loud as possible. Tear off. One day I will not live on a road like this. The east coast of Canada is getting a lot of rain. Hurricane Lee, I think it is. It's made it up there and soaking the place. Canada's got thunder and rain right now. Wow, thunder and rain. I feel like we haven't had that in so long. Months. Kimberly says, what's your opinion on someone getting just one horse? A friend of mine wants to get just one, and I keep telling her it'll be lonely. They're herd animals. Hard to deal with that, isn't it? I mean, getting one horse that has to live alone is sad. I've seen horses living alone, and when they're really alone, you'll find them someday standing in their corner with their head in the corner, down, just trying to tune out the world so they can get a rest. Because it's rare that a horse will sleep well unless they've got a buddy hanging around with them to keep an eye out on things. And so if they're alone and they don't have that, they'll not be very rested. They won't be very peaceful. They'll be worried a lot. And so it's not a good idea. Now, if the person's getting a horse and the horse is going to go to a boarding facility where there's a pile of other horses, well, you know. But if you have a piece of property that, you know, you're just going to put one horse on and no friend, goat or sheep or a bunch of chickens maybe. I'm not really sure if chickens work, but most especially another horse. For co-grooming, for security, for socialization. I don't think any animal should be alone. I mean, getting one dog or one cat or one guinea pig, you know, unless you spend all of your time with them, which dogs generally have their humans around all the time. So do cats, unless you go to work for all day and they're home alone. I think it's just a little bit hard on them. Sad. Not as fun of a life. And for horses, security. Look at this guy. Can you go get some more pears, please? Those were tasty. Sorry, I pushed Mocha. All unrequested forward motion should be immediately followed by a backup. Right? Says Kathy. Right. I think if you have a safety circle around you and you say, I don't want you near me, if you're in that mindset, if this is the mindset that we're in, which I am usually in, but not always, the forward motion should be assessed on the why. If that forward motion, this is just my opinion, if that forward motion is determined to be a safety issue, then yes, 100%. I don't care about a backup so much as I care of get out of my safety circle. I don't care how you do it. Out and away. Usually they back up. You see all my horses, they back up because they want to keep their 2 eyes and 2 ears on me, which is fantastic. They're not interested in turning around to kick. I don't put that much fear in them. It's just different than if they were really afraid. So If I assess that it is not a safety risk and I can kind of be like, well, all right, come on in, then I won't do anything. But if I'm in that herd and I don't want them coming forward, I will ask them to leave because they're not on a halter. They happen to back up. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I've answered that one accurately. Everybody likes Mr. Wild. Yeah, he's a gorgeous horse. He's really good looking. So, everybody's getting kind of quiet. I'm wondering how many will go down for a little bit of a nap, which would be good for everybody. Oh, Gracie, why you got to do a drive-by? Good questions today. What have horses taught you? Actually, I wouldn't mind chucking that question back to everybody if you had an answer for it. You want to take a moment to type it out on what horses have taught you, directly, indirectly. You know, either you're hanging around with them or you watch them a lot. Volunteer, own, have had. I'm curious, what do horses teach people? And there's different degrees of how much they teach of a thing. You can learn just a tiny bit about something or a heck of a lot about something. I'd say for me, it's definitely been a lot of patience and the parallels between taking care of horses and taking care of other humans, primarily kids, is there. I think a lot of parenting practices can be improved learning horse practices. If that makes sense. But a lot of it comes down to empathy. A lack of empathy for children, a lack of empathy for animals. Because they're just animals. And kids need to respect their elders. Sure, but empathy is really important. Don't you remember when you were a kid? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe some people do. Bonnie's here. Hello, Bonnie. She says, trust in them and in myself. Yeah, trust. It's true. I was messing around with Gracie and Roni yesterday, and I asked Gracie to leave, and Roni freaked out because he thought I was talking to him, and I wasn't. And he turned around and put his butt directly to me. He was about a foot away from me. Now, Roni's not a kicker. And I had a lot of trust that he had no interest in kicking me. He was interested in leaving me, but he stopped and stayed. And so I trusted that. I trusted my ability to calm him down. I trusted his ability to pay attention and listen and want to calm down. I trusted how much we practice at doing that. Hey, don't do that. That's not for chewing on. Go away. What a bad horse Lena is. No repairs for her. Has the behavior of your domestic horses changed since the arrival of the wildies? I don't know. I've been asked that a couple times, and I don't know if I know the answer. I'm not sure if I'm sure of the answer, even if I could say yes. I mean, the behaviors have changed in that they're not napping right now. If you know that napping behavior has changed a little bit, and I think that's Mr. Wild's fault because he's got too much energy. But they're all very quiet now. So if he were to lie down, I bet it would start a chain. Look at Lena. Can I have some pears, please? So maybe. Kelsey says, I haven't been around them since I was in college. What I'm learning from your herd is that trust and fear and competition, horses don't do what you ask. They need more trust. Yeah. when we ask a horse to do something, they have to trust that we're not going to be putting them in danger, or that us being there indicates safety. So a lot of, you see horses go with other horses all the time. And that's because they look at that horse and they say, I'll go with you because you seem to know what you're doing, or I feel like it's safer to be with you, or yeah. So I think that goes the same for humans. A lot of people want to beat their horses into going to do things, but much more, I think you get a much better and stronger lesson taught through taking the time to build up that. Lena says my legs are a little itchy. I never used to let them scratch on the stairs there, but I reinforced it a little bit, so now I don't care. It does look funny to me. I don't know what you guys said. That always looks funny to me. It just looks so happy. I'm just rubbing my bum. Okay, moving on. Meerkat says, I have to go back and watch the pairs. I think you could reprimand Roni by raising an eyebrow. It's true. He's very sensitive. Yeah, that's his childhood trauma. Dimitri says, what have horses taught me? Probably how different of a character each and every horse is. Yeah, they're animals, but they're all their own individuals. Amanda says, horses have taught me that teamwork helps with trust. That's true. There's a lot of times I work more than one horse at a time. Kelsey's learned that horses are hilarious. They are pretty funny. Pretty cute, pretty funny. Okay, how much battery is left on this phone? What does it say? It says 50%. That's not bad. Okay, well, I have to do a few things. We're on 2 hours, but I'm more than happy to leave this thing running to have you guys watch the horses. Talk amongst yourselves a little bit, and I'll be in and out while I get some things done. 2 hours is a big portion of time, and I've got a lot of things to do. Happy to be here all the same, but I do have to get some stuff done. So what I'll do is I'll pop in and out and check on things, see if there's any more questions, have a sit down, talk about them, get on with the next chore. And these guys will go back soon and finish off food and take it easy. So yeah, that's what I think I will do. And I'll be back. I'll check in every, say, 10 minutes or so. So if somebody says, where is he? Just, it's 11:54 now. How about I check in at 12 and then 12:10, and we're going on a couple hours now, which is pretty good for a live stream. Nice to be able to send this out to the world. Hopefully I've told some interesting stories so far, answered some good questions. And I'll be back. The microphone's stuck. Hang on a second. Okay. Okay, that took longer than I thought. I'm back. Let's see what we have. They're all following me up here. That's cute. Okay, where did we leave off? Was Mr. Wild trying to hassle Lena? Emily says, do you plan on getting another dog? Not at the moment. I've got a lot of animals. It's not that I didn't want to or don't want to, but it's a lot of responsibilities going on. Horses and animals cost money kind of idea. So there's a practical side of it. And then there's just the emotional side of it. Like, ooh, do I want another animal that's going to go? I've already got to let go of these guys one day. So yeah, not at the moment. Penny's here. Hello, Penny. Kathy's following up, says, as far as backing up a horse to keep your space safe, I'm wondering if being inconsistent with that would confuse the horse. I think being inconsistent confuses everybody. So, yes. But, yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, you'd have to define inconsistent. Emily says, oh, chased off Mocha. Just standing there now. Like, well, now what? Did I have a Morgan here? Yes. Romeo was a Morgan. And his owner was not as good to him as she should have been. Always had trouble. And he comes here and he's perfect. And that's why I don't work with the public anymore. Or as much. I work with only the dedicated. Oh, Sandy asked a good question. What do you mean by inconsistent? That was my question. Yeah, Romeo was a... Who said... Oh, yeah, Romeo. That's right. Tanu, you got it. He was a neat horse. He had his own issues. I didn't see him as a Morgan or anything. I just see it, or see these horses. And you know, if you brought some peace and quiet to his world, he brought it to you. He was happy to meet you there, but he wasn't surrounded by that, and so he had a lot of trouble built up in him. But he was a good boy, and he is Mocha's protector. True. Luke liked to bite Rue's legs. And Luke does bite everyone's legs. It's been more than 10 minutes. Sorry, Sue. Lost track of time. Just living in the moment, you know. Horses do poo a lot. If you feed them a lot. Horses should go poop once an hour. Roundabouts, give or take. Yeah. Or not. Yeah. An hour, once every hour to 2 hours at most. Anything more than that, they're being underfed. Penny says, I've learned so much. I now give my horse more scritchy scratch pleasure. I've learned to listen deeply. I learned some deep pain in my horse, probably from his early racing. It's good. Yeah, horses love it when you groom them. They love grooming each other, so they're going to love it if you groom them. It makes them happy. Builds trust, good relationship, all that business. So. So yes, back to a few more chores. Um, and Rue, yeah, Rue's doing really well. The poop goes back to the planet. Back to planet Earth it goes. Rue was a sweetie. He still is. He's a really cool horse. His owner is a lovely person, takes good care of him, has his best interests in mind at all times. It was fun. He's not too far from here, but he's much closer to his owner, so that's why he's not here. I'm in kind of the middle of nowhere, and I'm actually not taking in any more horses for other people. I'm just taking the wildies now, dedicate my world to that. Gracie and Mocha just had a conversation. I guess my camera's not even facing them anymore. Sorry. Okay, back to work a little bit for it. Oh, one more question. Shannon Shack says, hello. My daughter and I don't have a horse, but we love to watch and learn from you. Thank you for all the information and let us watch your babies. We love Annie, Mocha, and Mr. Wild. All the wildies, eh? Well, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying your time. And it's always good to learn. I'm learning every single day something new. I guess my two horses have taught me to always be learning. Here comes Luke. Okay, back to a little bit more chores, and I'll try to be on my 10-minute mark this time. Oh, not so interesting. They're kind of waiting to come in. Sending Mocha away. Okay, let's see if we got any more. Let's see. Questions? Does Lena ever want to co-groom Roni? It's unusual. Roni got annoyed with Lena. Is Lena in heat? Possibly. Given how long they've been out, they're so active today. Sugar high from the pears. Yeah, I was wondering that, giving them pears, how much energy they would get from them. I think it's okay. Yes, Mocha is definitely more agile than Mr. Wild. They're good. Yeah, everybody's at the back now. Mr. Wild's up front here with Lena. Sandy had to go. Yeah. Well, we are getting on for 3 hours of live stream. I'm surprised the battery is still holding out in the phone. It's sitting at 30% right now. Horses are moving. Great exercise. But yeah, I'll be putting them back here pretty quick. Yeah, I think the pears do actually give them just a little bit of that punch, and then they come out of that and they're like, hey, can I get some normal hay, grass kind of idea? So that's next on the list, back for food. Look at these two. We can't wait. So that's what we'll do now. Ooh, Lena sent them. I'm first. So that's what I'll do now. Let's put, yeah. Let's grab Lena and then Annie and then Mocha. We'll see if Mr. Wild comes up. And Luke's last, maybe. In case anybody's wondering where Lena went. She's right there. It's windy. So, the end of the day of streaming. And sometimes I just let a couple of horses at a time just sort of roam around. This is terrible food. For them, but once in a while I let them come in here. There's no rain. We don't have any moisture, so it's not growing anything good here, but let them just nibble away a little bit. Usually just my trustworthy ones. Lena's pretty good. She'll actually go back all by herself. So, but we're gonna come to the end of this soon. No problems with the connection on this stream. We're going to be streaming from the arena on the next one. It's been a while. Yeah, I have to still continue to work on the internet connection thing. It has been pretty good today. I'm happy with that, but no guarantee. It seems to kind of go up and down a little. But I might try to extend the internet one more time. We'll see how that goes. Because it's got to come all the way from the house. Wind or thunder? Just wind. Lena has the trust, yeah. Hopefully Lena chose the right paddock. She does, in the end. Yeah, I don't worry about them. They always kind of come here and just sort of nibble away at a little bit of the junk that's in this section. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for saying thank you, and you're very welcome. Wow. It's been good. It's fun. We're almost at 3 hours. My phone is just about out of juice now, finally. So that is sort of the defining moment where you say, well, I guess the stream is going to end one way or another. Anyways, I'm going to put these guys away. Amy says, keep showing videos from a long time ago. Yeah, it does The YouTube's acting really weird lately. There's ups and downs in YouTube right now. But so I will leave you guys with Lena while I put Luke away, and I'll be back briefly, and then we'll quit for the day. All good boy. Okay, I'm gonna need to borrow your face for a second. Once you finish the dandelions. Okay, you're good. Head up. Thank you. You've got a whole pile of food in your room. Okay, this way, please. Come on, big guy. Oh, I put Lena away. Second. Practicing. Okay. Left you guys with nothing. Lena walked right by the camera. I guess we should be thankful she didn't knock it down. Oh, she's leaving. Okay, so let's put Lena back. And we've been practicing this, so this is a live stream. I hope she doesn't prove me a liar. There we go. Ta-da! And she's in. That's how that works around here. There's food in there, she knows. It's all good. Paddock number 3. So, that was fun. It's always nice to hang around with the horses a bit. I'm happy to have you guys along. Everybody's eating. Got a few more chores to do, so that's what I'll be working on. And it's a gorgeous day. It's cool but warm. Cool breeze, warm air. It still feels like summer. So that's it for this one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Again, thank you for being here. Thanks for the great questions. Good conversation. And I hope you guys all have a great day or evening for some, morning for some, afternoon for some, all around the planet. Yes, a proper bye this time.